sort of working around the plot. Here's some blood sorrel, and I use this more just for decorative purposes. I do catering, and so I'll use that in some of my food displays. I have some celery that's come back on its own. I really don't use it that much. I also am big on herbs. I have a lot of herbs in this plot, also used in my cooking. So.
I got tomatoes. I got 3 different varieties of tomatoes. I like to try different ones to, I'm always looking for the perfect tomatoes, like most gardeners. And this one is called Stupis. It's originally from Czechoslovakia, I understand, and it's a small tomato that does well in cool climates. And then one over there is called Green Bee, which I have never tried before. We'll see how that does. And this one's called Berkeley Tie-Dye. I've never grown it, but it's come highly recommended to me.
Landfills, littering, sewage, deforestation. All of these topics are a regular part of the conversation surrounding environmentalism. However, one topic that doesn't get enough of the spotlight is the issue of mass food production and unsustainable food supply chains. Although awareness of this issue has grown, it still deserves more attention, especially when considering that the average American meal travels approximately 1,500 miles to get from farm to plate. These systems are so concrete that it might seem impossible to make a change, but this is far from the truth. The path to change can begin right in your backyard or in your local neighborhood, and it's already underway in Emeryville, California, at the Emeryville Community Organic Garden.
I was one of the original establishing members. It was before it was a garden. I got involved in the project when Elaine Druckman was circulating a flyer. She expressed interest in getting a community garden in Emeryville. And so a number of us responded, and then from there we had a series of meetings until we were able to convince the city that they needed to do this. They needed to support us with a grant. And it took, I think, a little over a year to pull that off.
And I wasn't involved in any of that, other than I knew about it, but I didn't get involved. And the garden was already up and running when I joined about a year later.
It was really important for me to see something like this happen. I think it's essential for people to get out in nature, and this might be as close as they can get. It's just to come here for a few hours and tend their plot and, you know, just take a break from their usual day-to-day experience.
Community gardens was my best option, and it's true for most people. I think that, not all, but most people that are in community gardens, they do it because they don't have space where they live to garden. So it serves a real need, and especially a place like Emeryville that has so much multifamily living. You know, our community gardens are very heavily used.
But the garden doesn't just help its members become self-sufficient. It also reduces waste and contributes to those in need.
Some of those people bring their green waste and add it to our compost. So that's a connection. One friend has rabbits, and he brings his rabbit poop to add to our compost, which is another good addition. We contribute, we grow stuff green specifically for a community food project that we donate to regularly.
In Emeryville, California, the community is taking their food supply into their own hands, and it all begins with one plot.